from here. Let's start. My name is Marcel. Whoop. And I usually hit the wrong buttons when I come in. I'm not alone here, but Sean is also here. He's here for entertainment, energy, and motivation. I'm here for the instructions, the questions, the support. If you wish to join in, we're going for half an hour of meditation right now and then an hour of yoga. So if you'd just like to join in for the yoga, just skip ahead 30 minutes or just, join in the whole thing if you wish to. The meditation is going quite unguided. I will guide you in there and then you'll be on your own. I will guide you into the Shavasana in the end, so feel free to join. So with that said, you also see the instructions on the right screen, so if you come in late, you can also join in. You can very feel free to join in at any time. So all what you want to do is just observe your breath, observing your inhale and observing your exhale, rooting down from your sitting bones, from your feet, feeling connected with the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, make sure you sit up on either some books or a sitting pillow, or if you're sitting in a chair, just sit in a chair and root your feet down. Breathing in deep, observing your inhale, observing your exhale. You want to be in a natural kind of breath, so just release your breath, even if I just said breathing in deep. We're going for 25 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of Shavasana. If you like to change your sitting position, feel free to do that at any point in time. And see you in 30 minutes. Enjoy. Slowly lie down on your back, taking your time. No need to hurry. We're lying down on our back for 5 minutes. Extend your legs. Have your eyes closed. Bring your arms by your sides. Palms are pointing upward. Feet are facing away from each other. And just be. Nothing to do here, but just be. Releasing your breath. You can bring the chin a little bit to your chest. Just be. And slowly start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. Coming back to your body. Bring your arms over your head. Stretch the legs, stretch the arms. If you like to yawn. And welcome. Can lean to either the left or the right side and sit up. Welcome in. Hi, hello Birgit. Hello, Hotra. Thank you for the follow, you guys. Welcome in D365. Thank you for the follow. I think I saw you before, D365, or oh, now it just clicked on accident. Hello there, Birgit. How are you doing? How is your day going? So early in the morning. So early in the morning. Nice to have you here. Schön, dich hier zu haben. Und schön, dass du mitmachst. Heute ist auch eigentlich nicht meine Zeit. Ah, okay. Okay. Vielleicht wird's ja deine Zeit. Maybe this will be your time at one point, right? So coming to a great sit, really make sure you're sitting correctly, because otherwise we're going to sit for quite some time. At any point in time, if you like to change your sitting posture, please feel free to. I'm sitting on a sitting pillow, right? And this topic, the topic of today, is inversions. And don't worry about it. We're going to take it slowly. And we are going to inverse the blood flow a little, but also preparing our wrists to go up to handstand in the end. However, don't worry about the handstand thought too much. Just trust that you can decide how far you're going today. And if anything is too much, feel free to come just into child's pose, coming out of this position if it's not serving you. So before we're starting, we're going to set the 60-minute timer here. And we are going to sing a mantra together. We're going to sing the Nilakanta mantra together. That's the meaning of this mantra is to connect with your consciousness, with the consciousness within, with the love within yourself. And then a second step, with the love around you. Good. That's the meaning of the mantra, or that's what we want to do, what we want to reach with the mantra. Next to that, the mantra has also, of course, always a vibrational quality to it that travels throughout our body, but really connects also very much to our throat. So if I currently realize that I really speak high up at the moment, I speak quite rather high up, and with the mantra, we can really feel like, oh yeah, our natural voice is like here, right? It's like not down here, but it's not here, up here, but it's like somewhere in the middle, right? Where our natural voice is. And the mantra lets us connect to that natural voice. So with that said, the whole mantra goes like this. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We're going to sing that together. So repeat after me for the first time, then we're going to sing everything together. Let's go. And if you just like to whisper, feel free to do that. If you like to sing with me, feel free to do that. Or if you just like to listen, feel free. Let's go. Om Hrim. Repeat. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Namaha. Om Hrim. Om Hrim. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Namaha. Higher. Om Hrim. Om Hrim. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Namaha. Om Hrim. Om Hrim. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Namaha. All together, sing together with me. Om Rim Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. 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 Last time all together. Om Rim Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. 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 Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head in front of your heart together, breathing in deep through your nose. Bring your arms by your sides, palms are pointing forward. Bring your arms up as you're breathing in. Get long from your sitting bones to the top of the fingers, feeling the length. Breathing out, releasing your arms by your sides down. Breathing in deep, bring your arms up by your side. Feeling the length from your hips to the fingers. And release down. Breathing out, connecting with your breath today. Breathing in, lifting your arms up by your side. Smile a little from your perineum between your anus and your genitals. Reach up to the top of the fingers and release down. We go one more time. Breathing in deep. Getting long, 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 long. And breathing out, releasing. Bring your hands to your thighs. And start to move your hands forward and backward on your thighs at any point in time. If you like to change your sitting position, please feel free to do that. Moving your hands forward and backward on your thighs. How does that feel? What kind of feelings come up in your palm, on your palms? What kind of feelings come up on your thighs? What is there? What do you feel? Maybe some emotions come up as you're doing this exercise. So for me, as I started out with this exercise, I barely could do this movement because it just felt unusual to do it. Just felt unusual and not right to do this movement. But right now, after some time, you're getting used to and you feel better and better. Yeah. So how is it for you? Can you do this movement? From here, bring your shoulders forward and upward, backward and down. Again, forward, upward, backward and down, together with the movement of the hands. So when your hands travel forward, bring the shoulders forward, then upward, then backward of your hands, and then down again, and forward again. Great job, everybody. You're doing amazing. Amazing job. Thank you so much for the follows before. So if you guys are in here, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? We're doing here every day an half hour of meditation first, and then an hour of yoga. Feel free to join, feel free to come in. My name is Marcel. I'm here every day for you. And yeah, great to have you. So really connecting with your shoulders here and pushing yourself a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit so you feel that you're working, right? Good. And from there, bring your hands together, interlace the fingers in front of your heart and circle your wrist. Circling your wrist. How does that feel? And when you're doing this, don't grab on strong, but really soft interlacing your fingers. And just moving. How does that feel? Without grabbing on a lot, but rather having your wrist a little connected together. Good job. Really soft. Shake your wrists out, your elbows, your shoulders also a little. How do your shoulders move as you're shaking your arms out? And bring the hands together and bring the other thumb in front, whatever thumb you had in front before. It's just a thumb that feels unusual, most likely. And then circle into the other direction and being playful here. Can you circle into the other direction with your wrists? If yes, awesome. If no, don't worry about it. But be playful and try it. Good. Good job. Shake your wrists, shake your elbows, shake your shoulders. And from here, we're leaning to the right, engaging your belly a little bit, leaning to the right. Bring your arm next to your ear, leaning. And Birgit, have you already also checked out other yoga teachers here on Twitch? Leaning to the left, engaging your belly. And to the right again, breathing in as you're leaning. And don't worry, you don't need to answer right now. If you're practicing, don't worry about it. And then leaning to the left. Your hand next to your ear. And release. Good. Coming to your fingertips right now. This exercise is very, very difficult. As many as I could. That's amazing. That's amazing, Birgit. I also want to do that. I have been at Tony's yoga lesson. So I'm talking at the moment. From your left hip, get long to the top of the left fingers. Come to your fingertips on the right side. Get long, feel the length through your left side body, but also feeling the length through the right side body. So not rounding right now as before, but keeping both sides long, feeling your left sitting bone rooted into the floor. Great job. Keeping the right side long as well. How does that feel? Smiling. Don't forget to smile. And release your left hand down. Fingertips are pointing into the mat, and bring your right hand up. Feel the right sitting bone rooted to the floor. Get long to the top of the right fingers. Keeping the left side long, keeping the right side long. Breathing in deep. So I was at Tony's channel, Yoga Hana. Then I was at Koki Creative's channel. She does awesome yoga. And I was also at Yogi Hacks, doing it with Yogi Hacks together. And I also wish to do it with more people. And I will, but currently my schedule is just too tight. I also would love to do Tai Chi with Iping Tai Chi, but just not right now, maybe in a week. Next week I have more time. Because I'm doing my yoga challenge. So if you haven't checked it out, I'm doing a 7-day yoga challenge on YouTube. And today the second day is online. The second day is all about sexual energy. So if you like to check that out, it's a 10-minute long yoga video on YouTube. You can check it out in German or in English. But right now, enough with the advertisement. Let's come slowly forward into all fours. Bring our shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. So, and the challenge is very much made for beginners. So if you like to check that out, it has a different pace than here. Here we're slower. You're moving really with as much time as we want. Bringing your shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. If you have any questions at any time, Birgit, feel free to ask. Anybody else in the chat as well. We're doing a little bit cat-cow here, starting to arc up with from your lower spine, vertebra by vertebra, coming up as we're breathing in. Looking forward. And you can look up as far as you can. Breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing out completely, working with your breath here, rounding down vertebra by vertebra. Arcing up again. Try to isolate the vertebrae and maybe find something new here. And round down, chin to chest. Great job. Go in your rhythm that feels good to you. You can go faster than me, completely fine. And then come back into the middle. From here, you first of all just play with our shoulders a little bit, get more awareness into our shoulders, so you release the chest down as far as you can, bring the shoulder blades on the back together, and then push out of your shoulders. The shoulders are leaving the shoulder socket. Then release down again, go slow, feeling how your shoulders are moving. Shoulder blades come together on the shoulder socket, and then push up again, feeling how the shoulders are leaving the shoulder socket. Great job. One more time. And then come back into your neutral position. And as I said, we really need to make sure that we warm up our hands here because we want to go into an inversion practice. So we turn the right hand, and this is going to take some time. It's slow, but we really feel our body. Try to really feel our body and what's happening with our fingers and with our arms and with our legs, and feel if you're in the right position again. So turn the right hand to the outside of the mat. The index fingers pointing to the outside of the mat, and we're shifting a little bit right and left. How does that feel? So I need to mention here that I hurt myself a while ago. It's not horrible anymore, but still I feel it. I can't do that many push-ups because it just starts to hurt. I mean, push-ups work slowly, but like other kind of stranger movements where I push into the floor a lot, they are still hurting me. But I can do handstands again and such, so no problem. Index finger pointing back towards your body and move a little bit forward and backward. We are on our palms. And really be soft here. See for yourself where your body likes to go. Don't push it. It's more like, yeah, feeling and seeing, observing. Index finger pointing to your other hand and moving left and right. And for me, it's quite amazing to see, like, wow, all the oxygenized blood that is flowing into our hands. Because I see kind of like the really dark blood in my hands when it's flowing in there. I can see it. So I'm not feeling it, right? I can see it visually. If you're, I've got some wounds there, and they are kind of like starting to glow, just like really small wounds that are already healed, right? So it should not be wounds; it should be like Narben. That I see, like, wow, they are getting really dark. These Narben, these I don't know how to say it in English. Then turn the hand around, index fingers pointing back towards your body, and move a little bit forward and backward. Give just a little tiny bit of weight there, not all the weight. Good job. And don't worry, we are getting faster afterwards. Right now we're just warming up. We're really connecting a little bit with our body. The wrists are feeling. Then index fingers pointing to the other hand. Move left and right. Good. Then index finger to the outside of the mat. Moving left and right. Give a little bit of weight there, not all the weight. Then index finger pointing forward and move forward and backward. And we are doing the inversion practice weekly. So every Tuesday, if you like to join in again on Tuesday, we're doing that on every Tuesday. Then bring the left hand, index fingers pointing to the outside of the mat. So not turning it around right now, we're on our palms. We're going left and right here. How does that feel? Great job. Then index fingers pointing to the back, to your legs, moving front and back. Index fingers pointing to your other hand, moving left and right. So I had an accident with my bike a little time before, already some months. And I still feel it in my wrists, at least in one hand. I felt it in both hands, and like one hand is completely fine right now, the other hand is still like hurts a lot. Then index fingers turn the hand around, index finger points back to our legs, move a little bit forward and backward and give some weight there, but not all the weight. Really be careful, be mindful here, listening to your body. Good job. Then index fingers pointing to the outside of the mat. Moving left and right. Good. Then index finger to the right hand. And index finger forward. Forward and backward. Good job. And slowly sit back on your heels, wherever you are. Wherever you are. And there's one thing that I've almost every lesson I teach here. So this is like, bring your hands together, push in through the mounts of the fingers. Bring the hands together and push in through the mounts of the fingers. So connecting the mounts of the fingers together, and release the fingers down, release the wrists down. If you can do that, right? Not everybody can do that, otherwise just try to be mindful and work on it. Like, Observe it and work on it and try to get there. Pushing in without pushing yourself too much, right? Don't want to hurt yourself. Pushing in, feel all the mounts of the fingers connected with each other and releasing again. This is very much important in yoga. That's also why I teach it every day, almost every day, because we want to protect our wrists, right? So if we are in downward facing dog, for example, we want to have the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor. Very important. So this meaning the index finger is not lifting up. And it's especially important here in the inversions because we're controlling the handstand with this mount of the finger push, with this index finger mount of the finger push especially. Good. Release. You will see that in a moment. Shake your wrists out, shake your elbows, shake your shoulders. Great job. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. Oh, how does that feel as you're shaking your wrists right now? Does it feel different than before as we went through these exercises together? Does it or does it not? And of course, if at any point in time, if you like to do any kind of particular pose, please feel free to either ask me about it. If you have some poses for a certain kind of thing, like back or something, ask me and we can go there. Otherwise, yeah. I'm just leading, right? I'm just leading. So bring your hands a little bit closer to your knees. We're still in this position, but right now it's important that we have the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor. What does that mean again? So let me quickly put on the other camera. So I'm showing it to you, right? Maybe you can see it better from the side right here, even though it's really small, right? So here, the mount of the finger, there's nothing in between the index finger mount and the mat. We want to reach that if possible, right? And this protects our wrists, first of all, but this gives us also more stability towards handstand because we want to push in there. And when we push in there, something happens. And you will feel what happens as you're pushing in there in a moment. But in a little bit. Not just right now, but a little later. So from here, push into the mounts of the fingers. Shift all the weight over your shoulders. Not lifting with your hips. That's my cat. She's meowing for food and attention. So she's doing good. She's 20 years old, but she's deaf. So just that you know, she's doing quite good. And I won't let her in here right now because otherwise I would condition her to meowing and letting her in, right? Then she would meow even more. So again, having your shoulders over your wrists. I'm sorry. Having your shoulders over the wrists. Push in through the mounts of the fingers. And we're not lifting with your hips. We're not doing this here, but we really shift the weight over the wrists. Good. Then we're pushing up. We're going for 10 times, pushing up through the wrists and down. Up and down. We count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Coming back. If you're closer to our knees, it's easier. If you're further away, it's harder. Feel if your lower arms are kind of like warm here as we're doing this movement, especially if you have never done it, it will be super, super hard. If you have done kind of like these kind of things, or if you're a climber, then probably you have a lot of muscles here and they will be getting warm very quick. So come forward again. We're going for another time of 10. Shifting a lot of weight over the wrists. Again, you can come closer. This makes it easier. And then pushing up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. And try to not lift from your hips, right? Easier said than done. Let's go again. Shift all the weight over the wrists. Go 2 more times, 10 times. If it's too much for you, just listen to your body and how many you like to do, and then relax. Okay, pushing through your wrists, through the mounts of the fingers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Really feeling in if you're lifting correctly. Going a last time. I won't count, you're counting yourself. Good. Release, shake your wrists. Whew. Good. You're warmed up already a little. How does that feel? And right here, right now, let's come into downward facing dog. Let's play a little bit there. Let's see how that feels today. Bring your hands forward, push into the mounts of the fingers, spread your fingertips, and then come into a plank position, measure the distance. So having your heels over the toes is the right distance when you have your shoulders kind of like under your wrists, maybe a little bit more to your sides with the wrists. Then shift yourself back. And see how that feels. If you can reach the floor with your heels, awesome. If you can't reach the floor, bend your knees. Good. Shift your hips up into the sky. Engaging your muscles in the belly, in the chest, in the arms a little bit. So not to soften through completely. Not to push through your shoulders down into the floor completely, but engaging your muscles a little. Great job. So breathing in deep, get long from your heart to your fingers. Feel the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor. And keeping that, breathing in deep, get long from your heart to your hips. You want to find more space in the lower back if you can. And you can do that by turning the thighs inward and back. Keeping all the length that we just found from your heart to the fingers, from the heart to the hips. Bend your knees maybe a little bit more. Great job. Look between your wrists and start to walk forward and up as you're breathing out. From here, bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing upward, and stand up with a straight back. Bring your arms into the sky and get long, 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 long. And release. Good. Come to the middle of the mat. Oh, I forgot to change the screen. Good. Shake your legs out a little, and from here we start to jump out of the knees. Jumping out of the knees, very much an underrated exercise. Release your shoulders, release your neck. How does that feel? How does that feel as you're doing this? Really let your shoulders jump, let your neck jump. From there, if you like to intensify, or if there is any kind of pain coming up, please feel free to come out of it. If you like to intensify, jump out of the heels and really stomp the ground. Stomping the ground. Stomp, 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 stomp. Doing great. Feel how you're releasing your shoulders and your neck. And from there, if you like to intensify, you can jump out of the toes and leaving the ground. Reconnecting with your toes and your heels to the ground and absorbing the hit through your knees. Again, let your shoulders jump and let your neck jump. And slowly come out of it. Whew. How does your body feel? Listening to your body, and we're coming to hugging the whole world. So bring your hands in front of your heart together, warming your hands up. Good, we're already halfway, over halfway. Warming your hands up. You can either press hard or go soft and fast. Think about maybe doing the middle thing, the balanced thing, Or think about just trying out the pushing hands into each other and warming them up. Or going right up, soft and fast. Feeling what feels good for you until your hands are a little bit warm, and then bring your hands in front of your eyes together, closing your eyes and feeling the warmth emitting from your hands. If you can. If you don't feel it, don't worry about it. It's all right. And then release your hands down onto your face. Connect the fingertips onto your face. Giving your eyes a little break here. And whenever you're ready, draw the fingertips down on your face, refreshing your face and your whole body. As rain would fall down, drawing the fingertips down, refreshing yourself. Bring your arms up by your sides, palms are pointing forward. And this is an exercise I call hugging the whole world. So we're breathing in deep, we're getting long from your feet to the top of the head. Breathing out. Breathing in, get long from the shoulders to the fingers. Breathing out. Breathing in, extend the fingers away from each other. Just the fingers. And breathing out. Good job. Last time, breathing in. Get long from the feet to the top of the head. Get long from the shoulders to the fingers and extend the fingers away from each other. All the three things. Think about hugging the whole world as you're really stretching yourself. Getting longer. You need to get longer because you want to hug the whole world. And then breathing out. Hugging. Give it the whole world and give yourself a big hug. Good job. Giving yourself a big hug. How does that feel? You can close your eyes for a moment. Release your hands. And there's a little insight because one hug is not enough. That's the insight because. because. Because we like it, right? We need to have another one. Bring the other hand on top. Give yourself another hug. Great job. Keep it up. Doing great. Taking a deep breath. Now the more exhausting part of the yoga lesson comes. So giving yourself a lot of energy. You can do it. Release your arms. Good. Shake your wrists. Good. And we're starting with feet close to the short end of the mat. Good. Feet close to the short end of the mat. Engage your kneecaps. Engage your thighs a little. Bring your hands next to your body and make sure that the wrists are approximately over the heels. So it's hard for you to check yourself, but just approximately. Good. Keep your knees engaged, and we hinge at the hips, so straight back, pushing our butt, can I say it? Pushing our butt to the back. Good. And you can check with one hand on your lower spine that it's not rounding. So as you're going down, make sure you can check with one hand on your lower spine. If it's rounding, then you will feel vertebrae pushing out. You can also try that out. Then come up again and go down slowly again, honoring where you are today. Keeping your knees engaged. Keeping your knees engaged. Coming slowly down. Your second toes are pointing forward. Kind of like parallel to each other. Good. And we come down. Woo. Rounding your back right now. You can round your whole back here. And from here, we're keeping the right knee and the thigh engaged, and we're traveling over to the left toes. saying hello to your left toes, saying hello to your left foot. How is it going? And then coming back to the middle and going to your right foot, keeping your left knee engaged and your left thigh, saying hello to your right toes, hello to your right foot. Good. Coming back into the middle. How does that feel? And from here, if it's too much for you, anybody, feel free to do less, right? Come out of it, listen to your body if it's too much for you. Good. We either placing the hands on the mat or off the mat. So on the mat or off the mat. I'm placing it on them on the mat. And we're pushing in through the mounts of the fingers. A lot. Now we're shifting all the weight to the hands. And whenever you're ready, I'm showing it to you if you can watch. We're jumping in and then jumping out again. And we're going to do 10 repetitions of that. If you have never done it, just feel free to do 3 or 2 of them and then come up again. So good, let's go. Shifting all the weight to the hands, jumping in and out. And then slowly bring your hands to your thighs. Start to step together, left, right, left, stepping in. Good job. Shake your hands out a little. Every time we take breaks, you can shake your hands out a little. You can grab around your right arm and pull a little bit down and circle your wrist softly, for example. Or you can give your hand a little massage. Good. Also with the other hand. How do your wrists feel? Make sure they feel great. Good. And from here, bring your hands forward. Push out of the wrists and draw the fingers back towards you. You can do it. Keep it up. Breathing in deep. And breathing out, releasing a little. One more time, breathing in deep, pushing out of the wrists, drawing the fingers back towards you. And release. Good job. Shake your wrists. And you can keep standing. I come to my knees so I can show it to you. Bring your hands up, pushing up through the wrists, drawing the fingers back down. Pushing up, out of your shoulders as well. Drawing the belly a little bit in, pushing up. You can bring the gaze between your wrists if you like, but just barely between your wrists. Good, and release. Shake your wrists. Good job. So relaxing a little bit, taking some deep breaths here. One more deep breath before we go to the next exercise. Good. And come to the front of the mat. Come to the front of the mat. Good. We're hinging at the hips, bending at the knees. We slowly come down to a forward fold. Let's stay quickly a little bit in forward fold before going further. How does forward fold feel for you? And what you want to do in forward fold to make it a little bit better, having your hips over the heels. Even if your knees are bent, try to have your hips over the knees. If you can straighten your knees, awesome. And have them over the heels again. Honoring where you are today. It's completely fine wherever you are. You're doing amazing by practicing with us. Good job. Release your head down and you can nod your head a little bit. Right. And by nodding the head, just releasing all the tension that is in your head. Good job. And from here, bring your hands down. Push in through the mounts of the fingers. You can bend your knees here if you like. You have some, like, 2 toes of space between your hands and the legs, the feet. And then again, we shift all the weight to the hands, pushing in through the mounts of the fingers, all the way to the hands. Step a little bit back. Then we draw the fingers back towards the feet, and we shift all the weight again to the hands. Step a little bit back. And repeat this until we're at the back of the mat. It's very, very hard the first time you're doing that. Good job. You're doing great. Make sure you're pushing through the mounts of the fingers. A lot. Spread your fingers as well. Good job. When you're at the back, let's move forward with our hands. Good. Coming into plank position. We're waiting for everybody to arrive here. So we need a breather, you can do that. If you like to put your knees down, you can do that. Of course, if you are still doing the walking back on the mat, that's all right, that's fine. Take your time. And then we come down into chaturanga. So chaturanga is elbows to your body, elbows close by your body, and we're moving forward, keeping your body engaged and pushing yourself up again, walking back with your hands. Doing these things controlled, having the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor at all the time. I repeat that all the time again and again. So again, what it means, the index finger, there's no space between the index finger and the mat. If anything is unclear, feel free to ask me at any point in time. Great job. Coming to a great forward fold here again. Feeling how your hips are over the heels. There's a lot of weight over the toes. Great job. Release your head a little. Nod your head. Good. Then bring your hands forward. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. We're going forward again. Now we have this kind of like 1 foot space between the feet and the hands. Then we shift slowly forward towards our hands, giving all the weight there to the hands, and then stepping forward. Bring the hands forward, shifting all the way to the hands, and stepping forward. Great job. Keep it up. Go. And forward. Trying to make this more and more controlled over time. And then bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing upward, and stand up. How did that feel? How did that feel? Great job. Shake your arms, shake your wrists. Whew. Oh, yeah, and we forget one of the most important exercises, or I forgot. Of course, me and Sean forgot. I can always say we. That's the good thing of like having Sean here, who's also a yoga teacher, but a dragon, right? Hi, Birgit. Hello. And he's sitting next to Buddha as well. I'll just take some breaths here. So we're coming out of it again. Final 2 exhausting exercises, and then we're slowing down, I promise. So coming to the front, hinging at the hips, bending your knees, you're coming into downward facing dog, pushing to the mounts of the fingers, claw your fingers. Now it's very important that we have the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor. Good. What we're doing here is you really bend your knees. We want to bend our knees so we can jump. Find the length from your hips to the fingers. We jump a little bit and we press into the mounts of the fingers. And what's happening is when we're pressing into the mounts of the fingers, that it pushes us back down, and you want to feel that. You don't want to listen to me and I explain that to you and you take it for granted, but you want to feel it yourself. So push into the mounts of the fingers as much as you can and start to jump up and see what's happening. Keeping the length from your hands to your hips, and see what's happening when you're pressing into the mounts of the fingers as you're jumping up. You can do small jumps, completely fine. If you only like to do small jumps. Good. And release. Bring your knees to the sides. Big toes together. Coming into child's pose. Make sure you don't have any wrist restriction going on, as I have one at the moment. Try to release that as much as you can. All the waist restriction. Wait, did I say wrist restriction? Waist restriction, and lean forward. Thank you. Very good. Bring your shoulders a little bit away from your ears and leaning forward. Pushing your butt a little bit back. Breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. And if there's a stretch, then think about breathing in deep into that stretch. And maybe engaging your muscles a little bit. Softening. See what's happening with the stretch when you engage the muscles just this little tiny bit. And then coming up again, bring your hands forward. Push into the mounts of the fingers, clawing the fingers, and we go one more time. Downward facing dog, coming up to downward facing dog. And jumping again. Just a little tiny bit. Completely fine, getting long from the fingers to your hips, keeping the length from the fingers to the hips a lot, and jump. And see how it feels the second time. You can just jump really small. Again, it's more about feeling the mounts of the fingers pushing us down. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look between your wrists. Start to walk up. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing upward, and stand up. Bring your hands up into the sky. Get long, and release. Good. Final position, or final positions. We are finding right now a wall. So I kind of like already have this routine on Tuesday. We're kind of like doing this routine here. It always differs a little tiny bit here and there, but it stays a little bit the same. And today we're going for 3 variations, and you can decide how far you go, but everybody can do the first variation. So coming towards a wall, bring your hands towards the wall, and then move back with your feet until we are at 90 degrees at the hips. Good. And there's so much to find here in this position already. So we're pushing the hands into the wall. The mounts of the fingers are connected with the wall. Again, mounts of the fingers all the time. We're getting long from your hips to the top of the fingers. Push out of your shoulders. And if you like, you can bring your gaze up between your wrists. Looking between your wrists. But just not lifting the whole head up like this, because this hurts yourself. But really, bring your head just up
until you can have your gaze with your eyes between your wrists. Also bis du mit den Augen zwischen die Handgelenke gucken kannst. Ganz, ganz knapp. So barely looking between the wrists. Great. Barely being able to look between your wrists. And then push out from the belly, the chest area, your arms, and then release. And this is the first variation here that we're practicing handstand. And now we're turning it upside down. So if you like to do variation 2, look first, and then you can decide if you want to do it. So what we're doing is we're measuring the distance from the wall with one leg, then we're putting the hands where the leg lands. Good. And shoulder width apart. Then please just look first, or else if you know it, you can do it already. And then stand up on the wall. We're doing exactly the same. We're engaging the belly, we're engaging the chest and the arms, and we're looking with your eyes between your wrists. Good job. Having this 90-degree angle going on, pushing into the mounts of the fingers, don't forget that. And you can go now into that position, or you can do also variation 2, variation 1 again. I mean, this is variation 2. Again, measuring the distance with one leg, then bringing the hand where the measured distance is, shoulder width apart, and stepping up on the wall. And then think about again what you did in variation 1, and correct yourself, belly, chest engaged, arms pushing out, the mounts of the fingers connected to the floor, your gaze between your wrists. Great job, everybody. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. And slowly come out. Slowly come out. And if you did variation 1 again, that's completely fine. There's so much to find there. Just do the variation 1 for a third time as we're going now up into the variation 3. Come to a plank. So if you like to do variation 3, we're going to walk, do handstand walk-ups, if you know what I mean. If you don't, I will show you. So we're in plank and we're walking up with our hands, pushing into the mouth of the fingers, always, 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 until we're very, very close on the wall. And we're pushing into the mounts of the fingers a lot. So you can't fall over here when you push into the mounts of the fingers. Good. And then walk down again. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers, always, always. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, you can just do variation 1 again. There's a lot to find there. Good. 10 more seconds. If you do variation 2, or variation 1, or variation 3, come slowly to an end. Slowly come out of it. Shake your wrists. And we're coming to the floor. So come to the floor in your way. If you like, you can rock back and forth. Whoop. Giving your back a massage. If you like to do anything else, feel free to do that right here, right now. If you have a favorite thing to do before Shavasana, feel free to do that right now. Or if anything calls you right now. Maybe happy baby pose. If you want to do that, bring your hands between your legs through and grab on with the index finger and the middle finger on your big toes. And then come up. You can also grab on with your whole hands on the side of the feet. Whoop. And maybe leaning to the right and to the left. Being playful here. And rewarding yourself. You did such a great job right here, right now. Taking care of your body. Exploring where your body wants to go. Where there are maybe limits and accepting these limits. And then release your legs. Coming into Shavasana, bring your arms by your sides, palms are pointing upward, feet are facing away from each other.
Bring the chin a little bit to your chest. And just be. Just be. Nothing to do here. I will get you back out of this position in a little bit. Right now, just be. Having your eyes closed. Nothing to do here. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. And whenever you feel ready, draw your knees in towards your belly. And shift yourself either to the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body. In this side body position, release all the tension. Make it comfortable for yourself. Softening the skin of the face, releasing all the tension in your tongue, in your chest, in your neck, in your shoulders. Oh, the shoulders. In the chest, in the belly, in your hips, in your whole spine, in the arms, in the elbows, in the wrists, in the fingers. In your whole back, release all the tension in the legs, in the knees, in the ankles, in the heels, in the toes. Breathing in deep. Feeling grateful for your practice today. Breathing out. With your next breath, lift yourself up by your side, coming into a final sitting position. Bring your hands in front of your heart together. I honor deeply your yoga practice. Honoring your yoga practice, bowing your head in front of your heart. Namaste. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you very soon. Release your arms and open your eyes. Good. Thank you for participating, everybody, today. This was day 371, and we keep going for nine more years, so feel free to join in another day. Danke. Danke fürs Mitmachen. Thank you for participating. If you like to check out any kind of YouTube challenge that I'm doing, so I'm currently doing a YouTube challenge. That is what I wanted to say. If you like to check that out, you can find it at the About section below, and either you click on the German or on the English YouTube sign, like with my face on it and with Sean's face on it. And then you will find the the right YouTube channel where we upload the yoga challenges. And next to that, thank you so much for being here. Wish you a wonderful day. And here are all the necessary links for you, of course. Here are all my YouTube channels in the chat right now. You can find them in the description or in the About section. I'm also the host of the Health Skill podcast, and we're starting at kind of like in the end of January, hopefully. You see about that. And next to that, yeah, if you have anything else you like to tell me, feel free to join my Discord. Just need to hit the little entry mark when you come in. So with that said, wish you a wonderful rest of the day and hope to see you very soon. And right now we're going to rate somebody. Let's see who we can rate today. Let's see who we can rate today. Are you guys ready to rate? Guys, ready to rate? We're heading over to we're heading over to Solar today. Let's check out what Solar is doing. He's playing some games, I guess. Solar is very inspiring. He's like stopping his alcohol addiction, and I think that's inspiring. And so let's head over to him. And he's playing a lot of games. So we are always rating with love, so feel free to post that in the chat. So just copy rating with love and put your favorite emotes around it. And then let's rate Solar. Send him a lot of love for his journey. And I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Big hug to you. Take care. I hope to see you very soon. By the way, big shout out to Birgit Yoga, who's also doing yoga. Did I write it correctly now? I forgot the shout out. I'm sorry. Sometimes Birgit with one T. Like this. Okay. Big shout out to Birgit Yoga. Go check her out, definitely. See what she's doing. See what her style of yoga teaching is. Ask her questions, of course. With that said, bye bye. See you soon. Bye bye. Let's go.